Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Balboa. Inside of this video, I have you guys the updated ultimate guide. I posted one about 2 weeks ago, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot has changed inside the recent updates. So yeah, basically inside of this video, I'll be just telling you guys what you need to do starting from a very beginner all the way until end game, no life rod, and basically maxed out in this game. So if you guys end up enjoying it, like and subscribe. My current goal is 60,000 subscribers. Once when we hit 52,000, I will be giving more game passes away. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, so the very first thing that you're going to do right when you spawn in is type in the codes. You're just going to want to go on Google, type in fish codes, copy and paste them all right here, and boom, that will give you some money. Now, before, what you did was go buy the tarpon rod. We're not going to do that anymore. The rod that you're going to have when you spawn in is going to be called the flimsy rod, and you're just going to fish in this area right here until you get around 9k. You just want to fish up a bunch of fish, go up to the merchant and sell, and boom. Once when you have 9k, you're going to go to the shipwright right here, talk to the shipwright, and buy the surfboard. Now, once when you buy the surfboard, you're going to have around 7k left, and you're going to want to go to Roslet Bay. This is where you're going to buy your first rod, and it's honestly a very good mid-game rod. It's not even an early game rod. Like, this is a very good rod that you get very early on for very cheap, and that is going to be the steady rod. It is going to be right here. It's going to be the one on the left for 7k. Now, this rod is very good, but I'm not going to lie, you're not going to catch fish very fast, but at least you'll be able to catch the fish. It has 30 resilience, decent control, decent luck. The only bad thing about it is kind of the lure speed, but it is basically the best mid-game rod in the game at the current moment. Now, once when you get that rod, what you're going to want to do is go to Forsaken Shores. It's the island right behind Roslet. What you're going to want to do once when you get here, there's a pond up here, and you're just going to want to follow basically where I'm going. But basically right up here, there's a pond, and you're going to want to fish for mythicals here. It's called the goldfish. You're just going to fish here. You're going to catch a bunch of them. And then you're going to wait until you get around, I think it's 110k. Then you're going to look on the top of your screen. It'll say a traveling merchant has appeared on blank island. You're going to want to go to that island and see if it has a mythical rod. This is the mythical rod right here. This is the next rod that you're going to want to buy. This costs 110k. So once you get the steady rod, you're just going to go right up here and fish here until you have around 110k. It honestly shouldn't take that long. In my own opinion, it shouldn't take that long at all, actually. Maybe like a few hours. But yeah, once when you get the mythical rod, it is honestly pretty straightforward from here. The next thing that you're going to want to do is look for a strange whirlpool, because now you are basically at the point where you actually start money farming. Like, you can literally do whatever you want after you get the mythical rod, pretty much. But what you're going to want to do is just look around the map for a strange whirlpool. You guys will maybe see the normal whirlpools, but you're looking for one that has a little swirly thing coming out of it, and then you're going to want to jump into one of those. Alright, so this is what I was talking about. This is going to be a strange whirlpool. So the very first thing when you find one of these is you're actually going to want to fish in it, because there is a mythical that you need to attach. It's going to be the isothnate right here. So you're going to want to just fish in it like this for a little bit, but not for very long. Once when you get this fish, you jump into it. So once when you jump into it, this is kind of where you basically get everything. This is by far the best spot to be inside the game. As far as money goes, basically just as far as the whole game goes, this is going to be the best spot at the current moment. So the very first thing is going to be the shop right here. Now, there is a chance if it's Aurora Borealis, you can buy this rod right here. I mean, if you want it, you can get it. It does have a 15% chance to get the Aurora mutation, which sells for 6x, which isn't bad at all. But in my own opinion, you don't really need that rod. It's kind of just a cool rod to have. But yeah, once when you go here, you're going to want to fish right here until you catch one of these depth keys. You see these keys that these guys are catching right now. You basically just want to go down here and farm. Well, actually, I just got one first try. But yeah, you're going to want to farm until you get a depth key right here. The other thing that you're going to 100% need is the whole beastery for this area completed. You guys can see if I go to Vertigo right here, you need to catch every single fish right here. It's honestly not that many fish. After you catch the isothnate, it's only like 7 more fish, okay? Then once when you have a depth key, what you're going to want to do is climb right up here, because this is going to be by far the best area to fish. Basically do everything inside the game. You're going to want to come right here, and keep in mind, at this moment while you're doing this, you have to have the mythical rod. If you don't have the mythical rod and you're trying to do this, I mean, you can fish here. It's just gonna not really be as profitable, because, you know, the mythical rod has the mythical mutation on it that sells for 30, or sells for like 4.5x, so you're gonna be making a lot of money. But yeah, once when you're in here, you're just gonna want to keep following me. You're gonna do this parkour right here, and this is basically the best area in the game. Honestly, going from noob to pro in this game is very easy right now. After you get the mythical rod, literally all that you have to do is come down here and fish here for a while, and then you can get the best rod in the game right here, which is going to be the rod of the depths. I would recommend to search up a guide on how to get it, but just know you're going to need at least 750k. But yeah, then you enter the depths, and this is just by far the best area to fish inside the whole game right now. So going from a noob to pro is actually very, very easy in the game right now, because literally all that you do is you get the steady rod, you go to Forsaken Shores, you fish there until you have around 110k, you wait for a traveling merchant, you buy the mythical rod, you come down here, and then you just fish here and farm up a bunch of money, and then you can just buy the Rod of the Depths for 750k, and you have the best rod in the game. And the Rod of the Depths is literally located in this area, and there's thousands of guides of how to get it. It's just, the game has gotten way easier since the last Ultimate guide, because it's just way more simple. With them adding this area, it's made it way, way, way more simple. But yeah, basically, like I said, what you're going to do, you're going to start off with the flimsy rod. You're going to fish in that area until you can buy the steady rod. Then you're going to go to Forsaken Shores in that little pool, and you're going to fish there until you buy the mythical rod right here. After you get the mythical rod, you're just going to want to come down here, and you can fish here for as long as you want, because this is the best current money farm inside the game. You having the mythical rod as well, you're going to have a 30% chance to catch fish with mythical on it, and the mythical mutation makes them sell for 4.5x, and this being the best money method, you're going to make money very, very fast. Now, the only other rod that I can personally recommend that you guys probably go for is going to be, obviously, the Trident rod. Now, this is basically the most sought after rod inside the game, because it's basically still comparable to, the Rod of the Depths, and it's way cheaper. It's going to be the Trident rod right here. Now, to get the Trident rod, you're going to want to come down here. There's thousands and thousands of guides of how to get down to the, what is this place called? Desolate Deep. Okay, so there's thousands of guides of how to get to the Desolate Deep. In my own personal opinion, what I would do would be what I told you guys at the start. I would use the flimsy rod, I would go to the steady rod, I would get the mythical rod, then I would go down to the depths and just farm there until I get the rod of the depths. That would be what I do, and I'm going to start a noob to pro like video series after this, so I can actually show you guys basically how I'm doing it. But yeah, if you guys really want the Trident rod, then you can come down here. Like, if you really want it for some reason, then you can come down here. But I'm not gonna lie, it's just not nearly as needed anymore. It is good, don't get me wrong, like, it is still a very, very good rod. You guys can see right here, it has a good amount of luck, but that's basically all that it really has going for it. And next update, I'm assuming there will be an even better rod, so I might have to like put something inside the comments once the next update comes out. But yeah, to be honest, the ultimate guide for this game is very simple. I'm not really like, I know other YouTubers just straight up yap and tell you every single minute detail that you need to know about the game, but I'm not going to hold you. Like, it is very, very easy to go from a noob to a pro right now. All that you're going to need is a mythical rod, which is 110k. It shouldn't take that long to farm 110k at all. And then you're just going to want to go straight down to the depths after you complete the whole bestiary for that area, which once again won't take long at all. And then you're chilling. You're at the best area with a rod that makes fish sell for a crazy price. Like, the game is very easy right now, I'm not gonna lie. Now, my last ultimate guide had a bunch of steps, but you don't need that right now. Literally, all that you're gonna need is a mythical rod and go down to the depths, and you're perfectly fine. But yeah, if you guys do want the Trident rod, you're gonna need 150k on you, and you're going to need 5 enchant relics and the whole bestiary for the Desolate Deep completed, which you doesn't see. It's like around 12 fish, and this one you can only get from crab cages. It does take quite a long time. And then you're just gonna want to go down here, boom, go through there. There's a little thing, you guys can see it right there. You're just gonna want to go through that pocket, go up, and then boom, you can buy the rod right there pretty much. It is a good rod. I just wouldn't say the Trident rod is necessarily needed anymore, because all that you're really going to need is going to be the Rod of the Depths and the mythical rod. Those are really the only 2 rods that I would say you have to buy. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be my personal ultimate guide. I made it as fast as possible, like the actual video length, because I know a lot of other YouTubers will just sit here and yap to you and tell you that you need to do all these steps and all this. No, literally all that you need to do, get your flimsy rod, spawn in the game, get 9k, buy the surfboard, go to Roslet, buy the steady rod. Once when you have the steady rod, go to Forsaken Shores, fish there until you have 110k, wait for a traveling merchant, buy the mythical rod. Once when you do that, you're gonna go to a strange whirlpool, you're gonna attach an isonade. Once when you attach an isonade, you're gonna want to jump into that whirlpool. Once when you're in that whirlpool, you're gonna want to complete the bestiary there and get a depth key, open up that area, and you're fine. You're inside the best spot with a rod that is good enough. Like, you're perfectly fine, right? If you guys really want to go through the extra step as well, you can farm some money, and then you can put resilience on the mythical rod, and you're more than perfectly fine. Like, you'll literally never lose a fish if you get resilience on this rod. But yeah, that is going to be my personal ultimate guide. I didn't explain much because there's not much to explain. Basically, you get the mythical rod, you go down, you're in the best spot, you can get the rod of the depths, which is the next best rod. Now, one thing that I do want to mention, if you are a new player, if you use the depths key and leave the server, your area won't be open anymore. You'll have to get another depths key. That's really the only other important thing. But yeah, that's basically the end to this video. I'm not gonna lie, like, the ultimate guide to this game is very, very simple right now, because the best money farm is very easy to get to. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. If you guys have any questions about the game, if you're a new player or anything like that and you have questions, you guys can feel free to put it down inside the comments down below. But yeah, I try to make this as simple as possible for you guys, where basically anyone can understand this video, because how simple it is to level up inside the game right now. But yeah, I'll see you guys inside the next one. Peace.